Don't make dumb mistakes along the way. You're probably going to be very successful. The key for people trying to start something, you need to recognize your blind spot in the product or in the service. What are you missing? Fix that, and then that is actually how you're going to. Greg Vetter Podcast, I think everybody gets locked up in the beginning of just starting. And they don't realize that's the easiest part by far. And if you can get that situated properly, that's why I want to start that thing, which I think we will do.
Yeah, we just need to post a video.
Yeah. Let's start a business together with Greg Vetter.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about the other one that we didn't post yet, but I think it's in my mind to post. It was the What's It Worth to You? We still got that in the cubby hole, too.
Oh, yeah. But I think the thing with let's start a business together, all of the people I talk about or talk to are missing something, right? Like they think their product's great and it's not great, tastes bad, or the packaging's horrible, or they're targeting the wrong audience. We did a lot of those. We did a lot of those wrong in the beginning. Thank God our product tasted so good and the story was great. Packaging, in the beginning, in the words of Ed Callahan from Planet, it had folksy charm, right? Our hand-drawn labels dipped in wax. But it tasted great. The story was great. It was memorable. So we could figure out and fix a bunch of the problems along the way. But everybody's dealing with something. There's a blind spot that everybody has. And I think if you can fix the blind spots in the beginning, the strategy side will take care of itself for the most part. I see so many people only talking about the strategy and the playbook, which I thought was really unique and special when I didn't think that I had the playbook. I thought there was a mystery to the playbook. What am I missing? These people are holding the secrets to themselves. And if I only bring them in, they'll let me in on this magnificent secret of how to do it. And there is no secret. If you've got a great product and you've got great packaging and you're relentless and you don't make dumb mistakes along the way, you're probably going to be very successful with that product. But you can walk through, and it's the same with the service. It's the same with anything, right? We did it with Porta-Johns. We've done it with vodka. We've done it with electric boats. We've done it with salad dressing. We've done it with salads. The list goes on and on and on. And the key for people trying to start something, it's like you need to recognize your blind spot in the product or in the service. What are you missing? Fix that, and then that is actually how you're going to scale. And, I see so many people, and they're because you have to be a crazy person to start a business. And so you got to be stubborn. You've got to be a little crazy. You have to love adventure and love risk. And all of that requires a mentality and a personality to basically give somebody the middle finger and say, go fuck off. I'm going to do it my way. And I'm willing to basically go down in a fiery blaze if it doesn't work, because maybe I'll learn something in the process and my life will be better for it. And I'll develop character and I'll develop resilience and I'll become a person that I want to be anyway, even if the product fails. But you don't have to endure the level of suffering that I have endured if you acknowledge and recognize your blind spots.
Yeah, the level of suffering. What are you talking about? What level of suffering are you just talking about? Like trying to the suffering of trying to figure out what you were missing, and at the end you found out you really wasn't missing anything at all. It was just
that's a piece of it. Another piece is just trying to jam a square peg in a round hole
because you thought it fit there.
Because it should fit. people should want it. This is better for them. They should love it.
Gotcha.
This is the best option. We've done it the best way. It's the highest quality. You should love it.
Why don't you like it?
Why don't you love this?
Why are you not telling your friends about it?
What do you not understand about how magnificent this thing is?
And you found out what from that?
Well, each example's different, but originally with our salad dressing, when we were using olive oil and it solidified in the fridge, because that's what real olive oil does, people didn't understand it on the shelf. It looked weird. It looked completely frozen. They didn't realize it's because it's olive oil and there's no preservatives and there's no thickening agents and it's just olive oil, lemons, garlic, mustard, sea salt, and it's going to be the best dressing you've ever had. But the people that knew loved it. Such a small percentage of the population. And so then we had to kind of come to the realization that like we're on such an extreme side of quality, we're not reaching the people that actually need a better for you product.
Even though it was in Whole Foods, and we think all the people who are looking for better for you products go there.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case.
It was the case because we demoed the shit out of it.
At that one particular one.
Right. Well, at all of them, right? We demoed the shit out of stuff at Whole Foods. But when we got into mainstream grocery stores, and, you know, some of these retail chains have 3,500 stores.
You couldn't do every single one of those.
Not every week.
Yeah.
We could do them once a month, and we had success in that time frame. But what we realized was like nobody cared as much as we did. We were like on such an extreme end of quality that we needed to tear it back a little bit and provide something that was still 5 times better than everything else on the shelf, but maybe wasn't the most perfect extreme version of what it should be. So we had to reformulate it. We used organic expeller press sunflower oil instead of olive oil. It didn't solidify in the fridge. And we tried everything, right? But we had to maintain flavor because that's what people wanted. And we found the best version of what the masses could widely and openly accept and adopt. And it worked, right? It increased our shelf sales by 300%. We won the Nielsen Design Impact Award. And I think with people and brands and products and services, sometimes they're doing what we originally did, which was they're on the opposite ends of they're either like so extreme with quality, nobody wants it and it's too expensive and they can't pay for it. Or, and it's probably not the extreme end on this side, but it's right in the middle. They just basically create something that everybody else is also doing. Theirs is just like a tiny bit better and nobody really cares about the tiny bit. And so they're just lost in the middle, right?
So,
they're lost in a sea of bottles and jars.
And this is consumer packaging goods specifically. So what should a person focus on then? Like what do you think would move them or get them in a right position or good position to just work it?
Everybody's got something different. So I was on a panel and there was a potato chip company and it's the best potato chips anybody has ever had. Their packaging is so bad that there's no way anybody's going to walk down an aisle, see that and buy that potato chip.
Because it doesn't stand out on shelf.
Well, it's so ugly. It is making you not buy it.
Even though it's the best potato chip in the world.
Right.
Yeah. So this is like a whole bunch of buckets that you need to put time in. So this week I need to do this.
Yeah.
Or get this to however long it takes, get the packaging to a good place. Okay. So in that order, it would be get the product good.
Well, make the product the best.
Yep.
The first thing you do is the product needs to be the best. It needs to stand on its own and you walk into a meeting and nobody can deny it. There needs to be zero barriers to purchase on the actual product side because a buyer and a consumer already has their habits. They've already got their shelf space set up. They're looking for a reason to tell you no. They're not.
Yeah.
You think.
Even though they scheduled the meeting.
Yeah.
They want to tell you no.
Yeah. Right? So the product's got to be great. The next piece is the packaging, because everybody's busy. The millennial mom, that's what we used to call her. I don't know what she is anymore in terms of the main shopper of the household. Maybe it's a different generation.
They
now.
almost might be a grandmother now.
That may be true.
Grandmothers are getting younger, not to deviate. But we don't need to talk about that.
That's true. But they're in a grocery store. It's busy. Life is happening. All hell is breaking loose. How are you going to pop on a shelf? Nobody does the right work there. A lot of it is, well, I think this looks good. Well, I don't care what you think. What does your consumer think?
Right.
Joe Dirt at the fireworks stand. You ain't got no whistling bungholes? I like snakes and sparklers. It's not about you. It's about the consumer. Which is a universal truth. So understanding, okay, what is going to pop, what's going to be special, what's going to be unique, and what's not just going to fade into a wall of everything else that is already there. Because you walk down an aisle, it's rare you see something that's beautiful and pops. My wife,
when I do, I take a picture of it.
100%. I do the same, and my wife buys it, and then we try it. Then it's rare if beautiful packaging delivers on quality. So then you're like, okay, there we are. Then the next piece is this kind of zero barriers to purchase. What is preventing somebody from buying it? So it's usually the nutrition facts, then it's the ingredient label, then it's potentially the certifications, and then it's, going back to the ingredient side, it's like red flags within the ingredient panel.
Yep.
So what is going to prevent somebody from buying?
For me, it's the sugar. That's the first thing I look at is, okay, how much sugar is in it? Because right now I want 0 sugars, 0 added sugars, or at the most 2, 3, maybe 5% sugar, 0 added sugars. Just because I'm trying.
Because you want that 6-pack.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that 6-pack. See?
Yeah.
So right now that's where I'm at. That's where I'm looking at. Even in protein bars.
Yeah.
Protein shakes.
Of course.
So, I'm looking at that call out on the front. 0. It might say 0 sugars, or now I'm looking at it where it says 0 added sugars.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, now I got to turn around. Oh, but it has 5% sugar. So they get you with that one little word.
Well, and again, that just goes back to, all right, is the product good? Is the packaging good? What are the barriers to purchase? Am I taking care of that? And then it needs to be memorable. It needs to be authentic. And it needs to be something that is going to stick in your mind and become an actual name on your grocery store list. Not just salad dressing, not just energy drink, not just vodka mixer or whatever. Your brand should be so good that it says Tessemae on it, or it says this. Like, there is no replace. Like on Instacart, it's if this is sold out, do you want us to buy the next best option? It's like, no, refund my money.
Yeah,
because I want this shit right here. And if you can kind of get those in line, you've got a fighting chance. Then you can start working on all the strategy stuff that everybody says is so secretive and magical. And at the end of the day, you could just fucking put it in Claude and get that shit in 3 seconds.
Yeah, for the most part. I'm working on strategy, like I believe as in my toolbox of things that I can do. That may be the weakest tool in my toolbox.
But you're working on it.
Yes, I am working on it.
And it will come.
Yes.
And it's going to come. So I think in the beginning, before you ever get to the strategy side, you got to develop the thing that people are not going to be able to say no to. Because then from a sales perspective, it's so much easier to sell. Because they go, well, I don't like it. And you go, okay, who do you think's better? Well, I think this is better. It's not. Here's why. You're wrong. This is going to increase your sales by boom, 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 boom. And this applies to everything. This is not just a product. This is personal training services. This is management consulting services. This is, portable toilets. Everybody needs to be able to have something where you can stand or sit across from somebody and have a deal that they cannot refuse, which goes back to my guy, Frank Lucas, American Gangster, Blue Magic.
Blue Magic.
And, we built Tessemae off of that theory, which was a better product for a better price, and you eliminate the competition.
I mean, that's a universal law for anything, just like you said.
But nobody does it, man. Right? Maybe they have a better price, but the product isn't as good. Or maybe the product's amazing, but the price is so far out of reach of their consumer that they need to change that up.
Right.
I mean, everything you need to know about business, Frank Lucas, baby.
He's the man.
He's out there killing people at breakfast.
That's alpaca. You don't rub it, you dive that. God dang. I don't know what else we got going on.
Well, I think from an entrepreneurial perspective and the business of life, that translates to everything in life. And we all, again, from a blind spot perspective, like if we just talk about that in your
business of life,
and you're trying to figure out, well, why aren't I getting a promotion? What aren't you seeing about yourself? Why aren't I playing on my sports team? What aren't you seeing about yourself? Why does my marriage suck? What aren't you seeing about the situation? And if you can look at every situation with open eyeballs and really look at it from somebody sitting on the other side of the table, and I'm not saying everybody's wrong on the other side of the table, but you're obviously not seeing something. And you could use sports. And I tell this to my kids all the time. What's your job on the sports team? And we'll just use football as a universal example because it's so easy. If you're a wide receiver and your job is to catch the ball, and you don't catch the ball, you ain't a wide receiver.
No.
You can want to be a wide receiver all you want.
But how did you get that job in the first place if you can't catch the ball?
Well, so many people they're fast. They can run routes. Maybe they can catch it in practice.
But once they get in the game,
under the pressure, they're not doing it.
Or not doing it as good as they once
as
did.
They should be.
So it's a progress through the level. They might have been good in little league, high school. They're good in college. But and all those present different types of pressure. Different level, different depth.
Well, and you need to figure out what is your blind spot. What are you not seeing? What are you not recognizing? How are you not training properly?
That's good you say that because that's what I'm doing right now. Figuring out my blind spots, and talking to Chat GPT. It'd be remembering everything I type in there. And then it just gives me like feedback over the last year. Well, you remember when you said this. I find it reason you bring this up. You've been doing these projects and blah, blah. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Well, and again, I think for you specifically, you have to do so many things that it's a little hard for you to just like stop doing the 20 things you have to do and focus on the one weakness, right? So it's probably going to take you a little bit longer to develop the weakness side into a strength because every single day you're doing so many different things. And
that's what ChatGPT said.
Oh, really?
It was like, you do so many things. You're like, you have moments and then You're doing Chosen Acres, then you got Locked In, then you're doing Quenchers, then you have Gregory Vetter podcast, and then you're doing Ultra Fresh. They were like, when the person becomes wealthy, you're like, you usually just focus on one thing and they do that one thing really good. He said, you're doing so many things, but I don't think they know that's my job in a sense.
Yeah. Well, as like the creative mastermind behind it all, for sure. But, you know, with people specifically, it's easiest to like take one thing that you're trying to do
and then just
figure out where your blind spots are, figure out what you want to do, figure out what gaps need to be filled in, and then fill them in. You know, it's like that boxing movie, The True Story of That New Jersey Boxer, and
haven't seen that one.
He broke his back in a car accident, and who was the actor? He just played Goose's son in Top Gun Maverick. You know, he's got the scar on his lip. The actor.
Oh, hold on.
The young guy.
I can't remember, but I know. Yeah. With the
so he's a boxer. He comes back after a broken. It's a true story. Comes back after a broken back, lifts at night. No one knows he's downstairs. He's got fucking screws in his head to stabilize his neck and spine. He's fucking lifting with screws in his head. He goes, I'm coming back to box. I'm going to win the world championship. Everyone's like, no, you're not, dude. You're going to be lucky if you walk. You're going to be lucky if you walk. Comes back, wins it, makes a bunch of money, rides off into the sunset. He's doing an interview in the movie. It's the final scene. And this reporter's like, man, you've had a wild life. It's crazy. You know, what's the greatest lie that you've ever been told? And he goes, it's not that easy. And she starts reframing the question. He goes, no. That's the greatest lie. That it's not that easy. Because if you just do the thing that they say you can't do, then it's done. And it is that easy. And then the movie ends and you're just like, damn!
That's like a loaded response. And the only thing is I've been seeing on Instagram, it's just been this trending audio, I guess. It was like, it's you. You're in your way.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I've been seeing that, and that kind of reminds me of what you just said. That speaks to like, it's you. And I think just on a, I guess, all around standpoint, sometimes that is it.
Yeah.
It'd be like, you just need to, you know what you need to do. You just need to do it. And then that, you know, boils down to what we always talk about is consistency, being persistent, and all the things of that nature.
Right. It's the discipline of the fucking day, man.
And just doing it.
You get your ass up.
Yep.
And you go.
Yeah, like I said, I think I said it before. I haven't been getting up at 4 like I was doing at one point in time. And when I do get up, I've been getting better sleep because I haven't been getting up at 4. But I have been going to bed late, and again, and I also kind of fell back into the tunnel of scrolling on that phone, and then, you know. And sometimes I've been feeling like not working out.
Yep.
But then I'd be like, okay, I gotta work out. I might let a day go by. I'm like, okay, I gotta work out. But I like the results because I've been liking all the comments I've been getting, especially from my wife. She's like, ooh, my baby got muscles.
Yeah.
So I like that. So that always gets me back into motivation. I'm like, okay, I can't lose it now. I can't go back to, you know.
Yes. Well, and I also think what really helped me when I got into like really stressful times, which naturally gets you out of your routine, I wrote down, what is my perfect day?
Yeah, you said that before.
And I wrote out my perfect day, and it's very easy. Anybody can have that perfect day every single day. It's just my perfect day.
Yeah. You know what else I heard? scrolling. Came across this guy, was like, whoo, being an entrepreneur, everybody wants to be it. But entrepreneurs is a wide range. He said, 1 second, you're rich.
Yeah.
You're rich. And about 2 weeks later, you're cutting off stuff like, I don't need that spring water. I don't need that subscription. Let me cut that subscription off. He said, and 2-3 weeks later, you're back rich again. You're hiring new people. You're planning another vacation. And then another 2 weeks, you're back again. Like, okay, I need to cancel that vacation. And I thought that was so funny.
Dude,
I was like,
it's so fucking true, man.
I thought that was so funny. I was like, God, that made me laugh. And because I was just thinking about something prior to that. And then just all of a sudden that popped up and I just bust out laughing.
Dude, nothing is more true than
I said, is that entrepreneurship? Like when in entrepreneurship do you get past that level?
When you sell it for a shitload of money and you stop doing stuff.
Yeah, you just have to stop.
Yeah.
Because I think if you sell it and then you're going to want to do something else.
100%.
And then you invest that money that you just
Dude,
sold
I got
for.
a fucking buddy. He sold one business, immediately doubled down into some other shit. That was booming for a second. Then that type of industry started going down a fiery blaze. He's writing checks to keep that business afloat, keeps writing checks. And the next thing he knows, he's like back to where he was almost before he fucking sold it. And he's just like, dude, what the fuck did I do? But it's that mentality of going back all the way to the first things we said on this podcast today. It's like, you got to be a little fucking crazy. You got to be very persistent. You got to be able to endure. You got to be able to just like accept risk in weird, non-conventional, non-traditional, completely irrational amounts.
Yes.
And when it's going great,
it's going great.
It's great beyond anybody's wildest dreams. And when it's going not great, it's hard to process that level of stress. You're like, I'm going to die.
Like, okay, what do I need to do?
I'm going to fucking die.
I need to find something to do. Yeah. Yeah. I can understand that but I guess it's the
business of life.
Yes. It's the business of life. And I guess when you double down, you double down. That's just what you do. But when is it not the time to double down? When do you like, okay, I need to put away a cushion?
I'm trying to figure that out right now. And I think I'm close of like, all right, dude, like built these up. Let's sell those. Let's start focusing on businesses where you're not buying
or doubling down
$10 million worth of fucking lettuce at a clip. You know what I'm saying? You're like, all right, dog, I think I'm good here.
Yeah. But that's everything. And that's life.
That's life, baby.
That's life. I mean, like our boy Hunt said, everything requires a certain amount of work.
Yes.
And it has its certain amount of hardships. Do you want to be in shape? Well,
that's stress.
That requires a certain amount of consistency. You need to wake up. You need to work out all these days. You want to be fat? You can be fat.
That's
well, now
also
you're
right.
Gonna
that's
have
also
to take
stress.
all this medicine. You got to go to these doctors, and now you got to worry about illnesses coming in.
Right. It's choose your type of suffering.
Choose your hard.
Choose your hard. Choose your level of suffering. And the old adage of like, cry now, laugh later.
Yes.
Laugh now, cry later. And, I've just built my life around, I'm going to suffer in the ways that I can control that have a net positive benefit later on. Exercise, entrepreneurial risk, shit like that, so that when I look back in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or whatever, I'm like, I'm really glad I went through that because I'm better today than I was then.
Yeah. All right.
All right. This was a shorty but a goodie. Go Mo in the house.
I'm back at it. My friend said I'm getting a little bit better in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I be like, I try to do what I can. You know, if it was more of a comedic podcast, I'd probably be a little bit more.
Well,
those are my strengths.
Yeah, we have some guests coming in the future that are comedians. So I'm looking forward to you chiming in.
Oh, well, I'm gonna mic myself up behind the camera.
Hell yeah. All right, Greg Vetter Podcast. See you next time.